What's going on, guys? I did a quick review of these two guys right here on my Instagram, but I wanted to do an actual more in-depth one, just so you guys can actually see the figures as well. So, I guess we'll start with the Son of Krypton. Bam. Oh, real quick, it's Pat's Nation all day. Ain't no fair weather fans in here. And rocking that Failed Youth, as always. I'm always rocking something to Failed Youth, whether it's under a shirt or later on in the day I wear the hats, whatever. Hit 'em up. Well, hit me up and my homies. Get you some good gear, some good quality gear. FailedYouthClothing.com. On to the review. So, the Son of Krypton. These are the DC MultiVerse figures made by Mattel. The sculpt isn't actually that bad. I don't mind it. I know a lot of people have had some issues kind of with the detail or whatever. Okay, Juve, do you want to be on camera too, baby? Hold on. You got something to say about the figures too? That's it? Oh. Nope, that's it. So now that we've taken care of that, excuse me, also having my morning coffee. I kind of like doing these videos while I'm just chilling, having my morning coffee or morning sesh, whatever. Oh, morning session brought to you by HighbornSupply.com. Hit them up for all your dab rigs and accessories and clothing, dope-ass clothing. HighbornSupply.com. I'm going to put all the links in the description. Back to the figures. So, a couple of people have had some issues with the sculpt. They said they didn't really like it. I don't mind it. It's not like identical to Henry Cavill, but what can you really do? Cavill? Seville? I don't know. We'll call him Cavill. But it's not that bad. One issue I did have is, see this gap right here? I thought that was part of the packaging, but I think it might have just been when they were making the pieces, they kind of got cut too short or whatever. I don't really mind it at all, especially when it's positioned. You can't really see it. The one thing another thing I definitely have an issue with, the joint, like the articulation is great. You can look up, down, side to side a little bit. It's a little stiff when you go side to side for sure. Let me see. Yeah, you just got to give it a little. It's like a regular kind of thing. But to go up and down is really loose. This leg is a little loose here. But the articulation, you have it in the feet. You can, unlike the one we'll get to in a bit, it has a little bit more. You can turn his feet. You can turn from here down just to give a bit of a more action pose or whatever. And you can turn his arms so he can kind of, obviously go like that. I showed you the head articulation. And the hands aren't that great. They're also in fists, just so you can kind of position it or whatever. But you can't really do much with those. The cape, for the multiverse figures, same with this guy here. The cape is just like a plastic cape. It's actually not bad though. It's actually very bendy, very lightweight. It feels cool and it looks good on the figure. So I give Superman 4 out of 5 for the figure because I like this is just my personal opinion. I give it a 4 out of 5. The sculpt is good. I'm a fan of the sculpt, aside from that little gap here and some of the loose joints in this leg and the head. That deducts some points for sure. He's not hard to be able to stand up, position, whatever. So yeah, 4.5. I deduct half a point for that, and then another half for the loose joints. So that was the Son of Krypton. Now on to my favorite figure, because honestly, this is the one that I wanted from the get-go. Let's move you, Mr. Kent. Spoiler alert, Superman's Clark Kent. The Armored Batman. If you've seen the Dawn of Justice trailers, then you have definitely seen this man. I love this figure. Maybe a little bit too much. Who knows? Right away, I give this one I believe I gave it a 4.5, or I gave it a 5. As we get into it, I'm sure I'll either change my review, or who knows, it could be, these were done at different times, so opinions can change, or I might notice something else that I didn't before. Right away, the head that's what, the 0.5, the head articulation, you can look up, you can look down a little bit, but other than that, it's not too much. You can go to the side, but nothing really like crazy. There's no loose joints on this one. This figure really is, in my opinion, almost perfect. A lot of people were kind of hating on the color and everything for him. I like it. You can't really tell on the camera. There are very subtle differences between his armor and what's underneath. So to symbolize like the armor on top of his bat suit. That's not a spoiler. If you look in the trailer and pause it, you'll be able to actually see it yourself. Here we see the utility belt. So we know that he's going to have a utility belt somehow on this armor. If you're a fan of the Frank Miller stories, like the comic books, or even the animated movie Dark Knight Returns, then this will look very familiar for you. Yeah, so we have his utility belt here, so I'm very interested to see how he's going to use this in the movie itself. In case anybody's wondering, I found just a pair of tweezers sitting right here, so I'm using that to kind of point to what I'm talking about. The sculpt, I love it. It looks, you can't really mess it up, but probably could if you weren't paying attention. I love it. The eyes are even, like it looks like Batman. We have his chest strap, which I'm assuming is probably going to be for his grenade launcher or sticky bomb launcher, which I will show you. I have him on a different figure right now. So for him, for the Armored Batman, we have the articulation in the feet, all the same articulation as the Superman figure, but I believe we can, yeah, the hands turn a little bit easier, just so you can, I guess, like position the gun or whatever have you. They seem to be a little bit more lenient, maybe? They just seem, this one's a little bit easier as far as like moving the joints and everything for sure, but it's not on the loose side. So yeah, the color on it is dope. I love the color. I love the sculpt. I think, yeah, same with the cape. The cape is the plastic material. You get these for like 20 bucks at Walmart. So what are you guys expecting? Yeah, I don't know. I think as far as it is right now, oh, right, the half a point for I give 4.5. I give this 4.5 out of 5 only because the head doesn't really look up too much. If you want, he does have this ab crunch here, ab joint, I don't know. Just so you can lean him down or lean him up a bit and just kind of like make him stand straighter. So yeah, I give it it's only a half a point just because it would have been cooler if I could just, you know, position his head just a little bit more. But I also understand that you're not going to be able to look up with your head in this, because even on the back of the armor here, he has the neck protector here. So you're not going to be able to look up too much. So maybe I'm just being picky. So this is an interchangeable thing. I guess 4.5, if you're being picky. I give it honestly a 5 based off price and what it is and where you can get it. 100%. So we got the Bat of Gotham, 4.5 or a 5 out of 5. And I give Son of Krypton a 4 out of 5. Both great figures. You can get them at Walmart, Toys R Us. The Toys R Us by me actually, the Toys R Us by me actually has been selling them for $20, $19.99 before taxes. So you guys can scoop them up and grab these for you so you guys can see them too. Dun, 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 crotch shot on Juvie. And you guys saw my Stay Classy Anchorman belt. Stay classy. So each figure also comes with a little bonus piece. Batman came with this. I know it looks confusing. And Superman came with this. A handle, almost for a gun, a trigger perhaps. And the base for it. So there's 2 series that are going to be released. The first series, which has Superman, and let's get these guys in here so you guys can still see them. So it's going to have Superman and Batman still. Bam. So the first series, take 2. The first series that's released is Armored Batman, Superman, Regular Batman, and Wonder Woman. The last 2 of which I need to grab. Each of those figures comes with it comes with one piece, but it gives you incentive to collect the rest. It's going to help put together with this, and you actually get to make you get to build Batman's grapnel gun. It's a replica, and you can tell, like, even in my hand here, you can tell that, like, it's actually going to be a good size collectible. The handle is proportionate to hands and everything. It's not small in any way. It doesn't feel really bulky in any way. And it's actually still, the pieces themselves are still actually made out of good, like, obviously it's plastic, but it's actually made out of what feels like good material. It doesn't feel like it's gonna just break easily, you know what I mean? So yeah, cool little bonuses that you get with each figure, so obviously have to give it a shot. Kaiju. So yeah, I just wanted to do these quick. Again, 4, these are all my own personal opinions, 4 for Superman and a 4.5 or a 5 for Batman. I realized I went to talking about the first series and then Kaiju distracted me. She does that. But, so the first series, I listed who's going to be in it. The second series, I'm not sure if it's posted anywhere, but what I think the second series might be is Aquaman, because we know Aquaman's in this movie. Perhaps a Lex Luthor of some sort. Maybe a Doomsday figure. That would be pretty cool. And the last one, I'm not sure who they could make. We're not sure if there's been reports maybe of another villain or whatever. I know the full story got leaked apparently, but I haven't read it. I don't want to. So I think the second series, the last figure I'm kind of on the fence of who it'll be, but it would be really cool if we got an Alfred, because I would love an Alfred figure, especially with Jeremy Irons. Come here, babies. Come here, babies. She's getting crazy. I'm going to take her for a walk. Yeah. This is my figure review for the Dawn of Justice, guys, for Superman and Batman. Come here, babies. This is Kaiju. And we are going to say goodbye. Remember, guys, these are about 20 to 25 bucks at Walmart, Toys R Us. I'm in Canada, so prices may be different. Mwah. I give you kisses too. Mwah. Okay. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm sorry the end was a little rambled here, but I want to get her outside. And yeah, quiet kids, freaks, weirdos. For the sake of everyone, keep being weird. I'm coming, baby.